Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanidam Tam Sajivam Satvetam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishada Ginamsham He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kamda Radha Kanda Namoste Taptakanjana Gaurangi Shri Radhi Vrindavani Shri Vrishabhanusudi Devi Pranamami Haripriyavancha Kalpanurudasha Kripasindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Om Vishwapadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Name Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Last class we finished at 6:35.
Yes, Mataji. I just checked the last class recording. We finished till 6.35.
Didn't we finish the chapter?
We also had a...
Sorry, Mataji, we didn't finish. It was a big one. No? I think we discussed in the Bhakti, what is that? BV classes. That is why I got confused.
Bhakti Vriksha. Okay. So no problem. We'll just complete chapter 6 and start with chapter 7 today. Then. Just the intro. Maybe you can just start with. Okay.
36 you have to start.
So from 36. Okay. Yeah, just 10 more slokas and then just 47 slokas. So 10 more slokas and we'll start with chapter 7. Okay. So, yeah, so we were talking about the Ashtanga Yoga impracticable in this Kali Yuga. First of all, we can't concentrate. We don't have fixed mind is very unstable, right? So that's what Arjuna also said. Chanjalam himana Krishna pramadi balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayo rivasu dushkaram. So Arjuna also said that it's very difficult to control the mind. So now Krishna says that yes, there might be some obstacles in the progress of yoga, but then you have to hear the process and remove them. And he also says, right, out of all the yogic practice, which is the best? Best is Bhakti Yoga. And in 37 to 39, Arjuna is inquiring about the fate of a fallen youth. So what will happen if somebody is trying to do all this yoga system and not able to succeed? Then Krishna explains that individual. Now what will happen to an unsuccessful yogi? Does anyone know? What will happen to an unsuccessful yogi? They're doing so much tapasya and practice and everything. Abhik Prabhu?
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. He will be born in a rich aristocratic family in next birth.
Yes.
So that he has no issues about economic problems and financial problems. He can focus on bhakti. He will get a chance.
Yes. So Prabhupada says,
born in a devotee family also.
Devotee family also, yes. So Prabhupada says, if we are born in a family of a rich family, you don't have to really worry much about your bread and butter. It's like the rich father's son. It has not to be bothered. Okay, he has to have some basic education, but then he can always become the next boss in the company if a father has a company. You don't have to much bother like a beggar's son or like that. So punya, that's all sign of punya or of sukritis. So we should use that, take an advantage in spiritual life. What happens is it's ulta. Means when they're born in a rich family, they don't even have spiritual values. But no, you should understand that rich. To be born in a Brahmana family, aristocrat family, Vaishnava family, or devotee family, rich family, all this is because to continue our Krishna consciousness. So a unsuccessful yogi also didn't have to worry because they will definitely be born in Shuchinam Srimadam Gehe. They'll be born in a rich aristocratic family or devotee family. So Arjuna is asking, Ayati Shraddhayo Peto Yoga Chalita Manasaha. Aprapya yoga samsiddhim kam gatim Krishna gacchati. Arjuna said, oh Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist who is in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism? So what will happen to them? That was his question. So here Arjuna is inquisitive to know the result of the deviation from the path of self-realization. Most of the time, Prabhupada initiated so many disciples. Only 10% of Prabhupada's disciples are still in the movement. It's only 10%. Many left. So that's called Guru Tyagi. There are 3 types of disciples. It can be Guru Bhogi, Guru Tyagi, and Guru Sevi. Guru Tyagi means once the Guru goes to Samadhi, in the sense leaves his body, then you leave the Guru. Okay, you might be an initiated disciple, all that. But until and unless the Guru is there in the planet, you are following the regulative principles, chanting Hare Krishna, all that. But once the Guru goes to Samadhi or goes back to spiritual world to rejoin Krishna's pastime, then you leave that Guru. That is Guru Tyagi. Guru Bhogi means just to make a show. Like sometimes you've seen your Gmail account or your name will have JPS. That's Jayapataka Swami. Just to show off that I am belong to Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. In the sense, my Maharaj is this. Just to boast of saying that, oh, I have such a such Guru. That's Guru Bhogi. You're using a Guru for some fame, position, something like that. That's not actually good. It's not good actually to become a Guru Bhogi. Yes, you can be humble. You can feel a little proud in the sense, not good, not false pride, but at least feel that, okay, I got such a spiritual master, but not to show off. That's Guru Bhogi. And then Guru Sevi is someone who continuously follows the Guru even after he goes for Samadhi. So this is what happens. Sometimes we do devotional service and then you deviate from the path. One might deviate because you lose the Guru or because of some reason. So what will happen to them? So he's asking what will happen to them. One may begin the process with faith, but later on he might deviate. So does a man perish like a riven cloud? So what is an analogy of riven cloud? Does anyone have read the 38th purport? This is a Bhakti Shastri level question. Riven cloud. What is a riven cloud and what will happen to that cloud? We've seen some part of the cloud gets out of the main cloud. Nobody's reading here. You're supposed to read and come actually. Go through the purport 38, last para, almost towards the end. What's a riven cloud? What's the analogy of a riven cloud? Unsuccessful yogi. Yes, Prit Prabhu.
Yes, Mother. When this cloud goes, the small cloud gets separated from the big cloud. When the winds come, it gets separated from the big cloud.
So what happens is when there is a big cloud, okay, and there a small cloud just comes out. When you see the sky, sometimes there is wind and you see a blue sky and this white cloud. Sometimes so nice to see them. Sometimes you can see a small cloud just getting separated from the big cloud. It will just go, but then after 2 minutes, you see the cloud is not there because of the wind will driven it away. It neither joins the big cloud nor joins another cloud, just goes somewhere to space. It just disseminates. It's not there. So similarly, a transcendentalist or an unsuccessful yogi is going to the process of self-realization, but suddenly he is deviating from the path and he's nowhere. So a cloud in the sky sometimes deviates from a small cloud and joins a big one, but it cannot join a big one and it's blown away by the wind and becomes a non-entity in the vast sky. Okay, so this is how a transcendentalist is also. Okay, so a transcendentalist also can become like that. So this is a Bhakti Shastri question, like a riven cloud. Okay, riven cloud. So Arjuna is asking, is he like a riven cloud? And Arjuna expresses that only Krishna can dispel this doubt completely. And basic principle of self-realization is knowing that the living entity is not the material body. We are different from the body, and the happiness is in the eternal life, bliss and knowledge. And the eternal life is transcendental, beyond body and matter. So there are 3 paths of self-realization. One is Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. So in last class, we discussed Bhakti Yoga is the best. Why? Because in one switch, we can go back. In the sense, in one life, you can go back. And it's easy. So Sukham Kartavate. Jnana Yoga, path of knowledge. Nobody can have all knowledge. Only Krishna can have it. And Ashtanga Yoga, 8-fold system of yoga, yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, very, very difficult. Bhakti Yoga, even a child can participate in Bhakti Yoga. Very easy. So similarity is that we have to know our sambandha in our relationship with God, our abhideya, how to reestablish that process to reestablish the link with the God, and prayojana, the highest stage of love of God and Krishna consciousness. So what is the easy way to remember these 3? I've said. What is the sambandha? What is avideya? What prayojana? Like there's a short form to understand, no? What sambandha? Krishna sambandha. Okay. And what is avideya?
Bhakti.
Bhakti avideya. And prayojana is?
Krishna Prema.
Prema. So it's very easy to remember. You can remember like this. Krishna sambandha means what is my relationship with Krishna? Sambandha. Krishna sambandha. Then Bhakti avideya. Bhakti is the process to re-establish that relationship. Bhakti avideya. And Prema prayojana. So after I do Bhakti, what happens? I get Krishna Prema. So this is what the three things we are doing actually. So now we know the sambandha. That's why we are studying Bhakti Shastri. Prabhupada says we all know God is great. We want to know how great he is. And what is the use of knowing how great God is? You came to know Krishna as a supreme personality Godhead. Now next what? Next what? Why are we studying knowing Krishna as the supreme? Then what do we do next? Yes.
For liberation.
Yes, Rajalakshmi Mataji.
For liberation.
Liberation is secondary. First is what, Avik Prabhu? Liberation comes
To develop love for God. So
Yeah, in the
unless
sense
we know the greatness, we cannot cherish the sweetness of the Lord.
Yeah. So today, okay, yeah. So unless we know how great God is, we can't come to the Nishta stage. In the sense, we won't become fixed in devotional service. Shraddha, Sadhu, Sangha, Bhajana, Kriya, Nethani, Nishta. So what happens? Nishta means what? We become fixed in devotional service. Hare Krishna, everyone. Sorry for that. Okay, so our we come to know our sambandha, our relationship with Krishna. Then we do bhakti to re-establish that relationship. Then we get the prayojana, prema. So the main goal is okay. So once we get that prema, so why are we doing all this Krishna conscious activities, knowing about Krishna, so that to develop that love. So as to become fixed in devotion service. Fixed means you don't fall down. Okay, like if some Mayavadis or some atheists come and tell you something, you won't deviate from your path of. So that's why we are knowing more about Krishna. So following any of the three above path, that is Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, one is sure to reach the supreme goal sooner or later. However, out of the three, Bhakti Yoga is the best. Why? Because it's the most direct method, and all other paths will culminate in Bhakti Yoga. So significance of Arjuna asking this question is, Arjuna is asking, no, what happens to the unsuccessful yogi? Because in second chapter, 40th sloka, it says, Neha Bikramanasosti Pratyavayana Vidyate Salpamapyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahadopaya. So Krishna have already told, don't worry, it's not loss. No loss is there in the path of bhakti. But still Arjuna want to be reassured, because one may sincerely accept the process but still fail for various reasons. There is Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga is very difficult in this age, and one may not be sufficiently serious about the process. So Prabhupada writes, to pursue the transcendental path is more or less to declare war on Maya. Consequently, whenever a person tries to escape the clutches of Maya, she tries to defeat the practitioner. So you've seen this Maya Devi has the Trishul, no? All of you have seen the Trishul. I think I've discussed. What are the three things indicate? The Trishul, she has it, Durga Devi has it in her hand, and she pricks the Jiva.
Three miseries.
Yeah, the three miseries, right? Adhyatmik, Adibaudik, and Adidevi Kleshas. So with that, she pricks. So when we declare a war against Maya, we should be very, very careful. So it is said that when someone deviates from the transcendental path, a conditioned soul is always allured by the modes of material nature. Tamoguna, Rajoguna can act on us. There is every chance of being allured again, even while performing transcendental disciplines. So Arjuna is asking, Arjuna's doubt is, what will happen to that person, right? The transcendentalist who fails to succeed in devotional service or in yoga practice. Kachino bhaya vibrastas chinna bharam ivanash nashyati apradishto mahabaho vimudo brahmanapati. Almighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from the both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? Okay, so he is asking, what will happen to that person? Will he fall away? So there are two ways of progress in life. One is material and spiritual. So how do you balance your material and spiritual life? How do you balance? Yes? Can somebody answer? How do you balance? Kusumla Damanj.
8 hours for our karmas
Okay,
and 8 hours for spiritual
nice.
bhakti
Yeah.
and
Yes.
8 hours for sleep.
Yeah, so that is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's formula, 888. Yes, Devika Mataji. What is your input?
Mataji, same only, Mataji.
Okay, you are all same. Anyone else have a different opinion? I'm asking to devotees. You're all devotees chanting 16 rounds. So I'm asking you all, how do you balance material and spiritual life?
To work without any fruits. Aim for fruits.
Yes, Rajalakshmi Mataji, what?
To work our duties without aiming our any fruits.
That means
Any
Nishkama
result.
Karma Yoga. You're telling Nishkama Karma Yoga.
Yeah.
Okay. And Diti Mataji says waking up early in the morning. Sharan Prabhu says time management. Okay, good. Okay. So I'm talking to devotees, right? So is there any material things in your life? Everything is revolving around Krishna. For a devotee, there is no material life as such. I'm talking to devotees. Okay. We may not be pure devotees, but still I'm talking to devotees. So a devotee doesn't have material life. It says that, see, you just analyze your life. The moment you get up early in the morning, what are you doing? You're trying to chant the holy name of Krishna. That is your sadhana. That is chanting. Okay. So when you do chanting, after you do chanting, then what happens? After that, you attend Mangalarati. Then you might attend Bhagavatam class, may or may not. Then you will all cook, no? All of you go to the altar, light the lamp, again devotional service. Then you're going to the kitchen, you're cooking. Are you cooking for the family? Yes, but then you're offering it to Krishna, right? First. So you're actually cooking for Krishna. Your consciousness, you're cooking for Krishna, you offer it and then give to your family. Whatever it is, then you go for a job, even if it looks like Ugra Karma. But is it that material? What are you using that money for? Might be some part of the money is used to get some fruits and vegetables, which is offered to Krishna. Some part of the money goes to some charity, in the sense to the temple, construction, something. Or some part, anything, devotee's car or any vehicle is also used for to go to the temple to do. So anything from morning to evening, it looks material, but still there's a spiritual part in every one's life. So a devotee doesn't have to really balance spiritual and material. There's nothing material in a devotee's life. Okay, you understand what we are? Yeah, devoteeing everything in Krishna service. So that's what it is said. Yes, initially when we come to Krishna consciousness, we are really material. We have chanting means chanting over. After that, we are not taking prasada. We eat anything and everything. We were eating meat, non-veg. We were drinking tea, coffee. So many things. All material. It's there. At that time, it's difficult. We are not devotee yet. A devotee means, yes, following the Guru's instruction, chanting 16 rounds, following the 4 regulative principles. So for a devotee's life, nothing is material actually. Everything is spiritual. Now, we should not think that this is material, this is spiritual. No, it looks like, but for a devotee, everything is spiritual. Because everything is related to Krishna. Anything associated with Krishna is Krishnatized. In the sense, it becomes spiritual. So Arjuna is comparing a failed transcendentalist to a riven cloud because he apparently loses both connection, both material and spiritual. Just like a cloud deviates from a small cloud, does not join a big one and is blown away by the wind. You understood this analogy, all of you? The raven cloud is like a small cloud comes out of a cloud. It can't join a big cloud also and a small one, and it just gets whipped away or rished or just driven away blown away by the wind. Similarly, a transcendentalist neither have material or spiritual success in the sense he's just driven away. So, but then that's not the real thing. No, they can continue from where they stop. So in material life, again, next life, you have to start from LKG, UKG, and then but in spiritual life, where you stopped, so one kid is becoming viral in YouTube. All of you have seen in Krishna Conscious Child. Definitely done 99% of Krishna consciousness in previous life. Might be 1%, point some percent, he's come back just to inspire others and to set a good example or something. But still, some karma remaining, but almost completed, because starting slokas and becoming such a nice devotee at such a young age, it's not just by the parents' training. You can't train so much for a child, because the spiritual thing has to come from previous life. So we know, right? When we understand, okay, a son or a girl, a boy or a girl is born to a devotee family, okay, you can understand. Shuchinam, Srimadam, Gete, they are devotees from previous life. And Prabhupada calls them Vaikunta children. Prabhupada says they are Vaikunta kids because they are not from, they are not like karmis coming. No, they are actually Vaikunta kids in the sense they come to give bhakti to others, or they come to set an example. They know everything they have done in their previous life. Just you have to brush up that knowledge. It just comes out. No, sometimes did you all feel that you read some sloka and it just comes to you? You don't have to study the sloka. Some slokas did you all feel in devotional life, you have a smooth value, like some for 4 rounds, 6 rounds, 8 rounds, you'll have a smooth journey. But after that, you struggle. Or some slokas are very easy to memorize. Or some pastimes, you're like, oh, I already know this from somewhere, like deja vu. You feel like, oh, I've already come to this place somewhere. No, that's all from previous life. The mind, because the subtle body is coming from a previous life, right? The mind, intelligence, and false ego. We might have forgotten our previous life, but somewhere Krishna have blessed us so that we are continuing our devotional service. It's not easy. Bahunam janmana mandi. It's so difficult to come to Krishna consciousness. It's not easy, actually. We don't think by chance you have come, or my friend put the status of Understand Gita in 18 days course. So I accidentally came. I saw it in Facebook, WhatsApp, and came. No, it's not accidentally. It's Krishna's plan. It's Krishna sending, because you have to continue from where you stopped. That's fine. So the Lord actually helps us, but then sometimes we deviate from the devotional service. But then again, that's good actually. We can start from where we stopped. If you did 20% in this life, you can start from 21% next life. So it's always successful. Nothing is wasted in this spiritual journey. Anything, any small service done to Krishna, Krishna takes care. Etanme samshayam Krishna chetum arhasya sheshataha tvad anya samsayashyasya chetana hi upapatyate. This is my doubt of Krishna, and I ask you to dispel it completely. But for you, no one is to be found who can destroy this doubt. Only Krishna can destroy this doubt, because he knows the past, present, and future. Just imagine, Krishna knows all of us, 84 lakh species life are there, right? Everyone's 84 lakh janmas he knows. He knows the 84 lakh janma of mine, yours, all the whole universe, every planetary system, everyone. Even a mosquito, he knows what janma he had in the 84,000th life, or which janma, or this is my which janma he knows. Krishna knows. We don't know. Is it my last janma? Is it the 7 janma, 7 janmas? All that's all not there actually in the Shastra, because we know there is 4 lakh human form, right? So, but based on karma, but you know, when you do bhakti, it progress. So you can cross over and go. Okay. So did we discuss that about cow killing? Did we discuss what happens when you kill a cow early? Like, for example, a cow is supposed to have human form next, and its lifespan is around 12 to 13 years of a cow. And you killed that cow at the age of 10. What happens to that soul? Yes, Devika Mataji.
This was discussed in Bhagavatam actually.
Yeah, that's Bhagavatam class. It was.
It will start his life again. The 3 years, whatever is left, it has.
Yeah,
mix out.
It has to come back. So that means we are trying to hinder that process. A cow is supposed to become a human form next. But since I killed that cow at the age of 10, for 3 years, supposed to live for 30, 30, 3 years, that soul will be loitering around. And after 3 years, again, it has to come in a cow form only to complete that karma. So we are actually stopping that soul's progress towards human form of life. So that's why every activities has karma bound to it, and we are causing harm to other living entities. That's why it is said our movement is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jive Daya. Name Ruji, Jive Daya, Vaishnav said. Name Ruji, you should have taste to chant the holy name. Jive Daya, you should be merciful to the living entities. Oh, how can I kill a living entity to satisfy my senses? Okay, we were before coming to Krishna consciousness, we were like that, but we are changed now. That compassion, that mercy has come in us, right? Because of chanting the holy name. And Krishna will take care of all the sins we have done before coming to Krishna consciousness. We were in ignorance. We were not knowing many things. But now we came to senses. Now, even after chanting Hare Krishna, we should not do the sinful activities. That is wrong. That is like elephant taking bath. We should not do that. Okay. So Krishna knows our past, present, and future. And no one is equal or above Krishna. Matta Paradaram Naniyat. What is Krishna's another name? Because nobody is equal or above Krishna. You put in the chat or you can tell. No one is above or equal to Krishna. No one is superior to Krishna and no one is equal to Krishna. What is another name of Krishna? Because he's like that. Yes. So verdict of Krishna is final and complete answers to all doubts because he knows everything but no one knows him. Yes, Deepti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Mataji Achyuta.
Achyuta is because he doesn't fall. Achyuta means he doesn't fall. Right? Infallible. That is Achyuta. This is asamurtha. Asamurtha. Sama means equal. Asamurtha. Asamurtha means nobody is equal to Krishna or above Krishna. Asamurtha. That is another name of Krishna. So, on what basis does Arjuna expect Krishna to know everything? Because Krishna says he's eternally explains the eternal individuality of every living entity. And this shows that Krishna must know the past, present, and future. And Arjuna expect him to reveal the future of unsuccessful transcendence. So Prabhupada says Krishna and Krishna conscious devotees alone can know what is what. So Krishna answers in the 40th sloka, no misfortune for a transcendentalist. Shri Bhagavan Vaja Parthanai Mutra Vinasas Tasya Vidyate Nahi Kalyana Kritaschit Durgadim Tadagachati. A Supreme Personality Godhead said, son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction, either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. Yakta Sadhanmam Charanam Bhujam Hare. This is a very nice important sloka from Bhagavad Gita, which means you give up your dharma, like you have a profession and you give it up. And then you go to do bhajan, you do devotional service. And somehow you fell down. It's not a loss for you. But a person who have done his ugra karma, become a great successful businessman or someone, but have not done devotional service to Krishna, that is a loss. It is said by, I think it's Bhakti Vinodha Thakur, Manishya Janma Paya, Radha Krishna Na Bhajiya, Janiya Shunya Visha Khaya. Manishya Janma Paya, even after getting a human form of life, Radha Krishna Na Bhajiya. If you don't worship Radha and Krishna, what are we doing? Janiya Shunya Visha Khaya. Purposely we are drinking poison. Purposely. In the sense, we are actually wasting this human form of life if we don't do devotional service to the Lord. Because this human form is meant for that. Savai Pumsa Paradharmo Yado Bhaktir Atokshajay. Right? The sugar should be sweet, or else it's not sugar. Similarly, that's the dharma of the sugar. Similarly, humans have a dharma, which is doing devotional service. If we are not doing that, we are not human. We are polished animal. We are just two-legged animals per persons. Right? So, for a transcendentalist, it's never a loss. Result of failure in discharging transcendentalist activities, one has to suffer the reaction for not executing his prescribed duty. However, according to Bhagavatam, there is no loss. Why? Even though one may be subjected to the reaction for not perfectly executing his duty, he is still not a loser. Because auspicious Krishna conscious activities is never forgotten, and one so engaged will continue to be so, even if born in the next life. So on the other hand, one who simply follows strictly his duties and need not necessarily attain auspicious result if he is lacking Krishna consciousness. Those who follow prescribed duties according to scriptural injunctions, there are regulated people. The activities are all auspicious and they gradually come to bhakti. But some are just for sense gratification. They don't know their next life. Never auspicious. Followers remain in material existence and is always miserable in that condition. So fruity workers, they may be elevated to heavenly planets, right? Higher planets, because they are not free from material existence. Again, they have to come back. And others are who desire no fruit, that is Nishkama Karma Yoga, and some want ultimate liberation from material existence. And the last group is devotees in Krishna conscious activities. So they are actually auspicious because for them, there's no loss. So it is said the only auspicious activities is those which lead one to liberation. Any activity that is not aimed for self-realization or liberation is just inauspicious. Krishna consciousness is all auspicious, only auspicious. So Prabhupada writes, anyone who voluntarily accepts bodily discomfort for the sake of making progress in Krishna consciousness is a perfect transcendentalist. In the sense, you take Ekadashi fast. Does that mean you don't have grains in your house? No, you purposely don't eat grains. So voluntarily you are accepting the tapasya. Now it's winter time. You can sleep like anything till 10 o'clock. But you somehow get up and then try to attend Mangalarati and chant your rounds. Others are snoring and sleeping. So you are doing your tapasya. You are sacrificing your sleep. And especially that Brahma Muhurta, you get nice sleep. You get the best sleep in Brahma Muhurta time. But then that's Tamoguna acting on us. But when we try to get up and attend Mangalarati and chant our rounds and everything, we are actually voluntarily accepting that this tapasya and this human form is for that. And we make one step ahead in spiritual life. So what happens to the unsuccessful yogi who falls after a short practice? Prapya punya kritam lokhan ustitva shashvati samuhu shuchinam shrimadam gehe yoga drishto abhijayate. So the unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment of the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Okay, so there is no loss for an unsuccessful yogi. By the grace of the Lord, they are allowed to make full utilization of the material propensity in heavenly planets. Then again, they are given prosperous life in righteous and aristocratic families. Srila Prabhupada concludes the purpose saying, those who are born in such families may take advantage of the facility and try to elevate themselves in full Krishna consciousness. So that's what we should do. Such a yogi is given birth in a family of transcendentalists, Shuchinam Srimadam gave, and who are surely great in wisdom. Like even the Acharyas, the Goswamis, Prabhupada, all were born in Vaishnava family. They are different actually. Okay, Bhakti Saraswati, Manjari, all of them. So for them, there's no karma binding. They come from the spiritual world. Nowadays, the Acharyas Goswami family have degenerated due to insufficient education and training. So in the 43-44 talks about resumption of yoga practice, the Tatratam buddhisam yogam labade purvadehikam yatate chatato bhuya samshidhau kurunandana. On taking such a birth, he revives the divine consciousness of his previous life and he again tries to make further progress in order to achieve complete success, O son of Guru. So that's what I said, a transcendentalist, by the grace of Lord, they just have to brush up the knowledge, they revive their knowledge again. Okay, so after getting the opportunity in appropriate family, the yogi begin to practice from where they lost. So sometimes chanting 4 mala would have been easy for you. 8 would be easy, but then you struggle. Some slokas are easy for you, but some are very difficult. So whichever is easy for you in Krishna consciousness, you have done in previous life. Okay, and what you are struggling now, some are struggling with slokas, some are struggling with philosophy, some are struggling with anything, chanting, whatever is. That means that you're doing now. You feel a block. Till then, your journey was so smooth, easy. Initially, when you come to Krishna consciousness, you feel you're advancing. Oh, you're chanting, you're doing that, doing this. But now you feel like you're stuck somewhere, neither advancing nor coming down. It's because you are going slow. We were coming in, the accelerator was completely put so that it was a slope downhill. So you just don't have to have an accelerator. Clutch and brake is enough. And then the runs for a long time. And again, when the hill comes, again, you have to put accelerator, right? When you're driving. So that means what? That's next journey. That is this life. So whatever you're doing now, okay? So you feel that every one of us have their own perspective of understanding it. No, there was one devotee, I think Devika Mataji knows it. She's Mangala Mataji. She just attended the 18 days course with us. All of many were there. And then immediately after 18 days course, I think, she just started chanting 16 rounds. Immediately. 16 rounds. It was very difficult. And now Mr. Prabhu was kind of shocked. How can you chant 16 rounds just like that? Because all of the others started slow. 4 rounds, 2 rounds, 6 rounds. But she just went to 16. Definitely they were doing from previous life, have done 16 rounds in previous life. So it was easy for her to do this life. So we should know that where should we put that extra effort so that next life would be easy for us. We can be born in Shuchinam, Srimadam, Gehit, right? So it says, Prabhupada says, when you're born in such family, what happens? You revive the divine consciousness of the previous life. Because from childhood, you're hearing Vaishnav bhajans, Harina, you're having prasadam, you're seeing your parents doing devotional service. So it revives your consciousness. Automatically, they are attracted to the yogic principles. They always stand above the ritualistic principles of scriptures and they try to make further progress. Okay, like for example, Bharat Maharaj became a deer, and then from deer life, he went to Jada Bharat. He became a guru there, because he remembered what he did in his previous life as Jada Bharat, as Bharat Maharaj, like that. So there is something called Shabda Brahman, just the ritualistic principles of Vedas. So advanced yogis surpass the ritualistic principles of Vedas, and they are attracted to spiritual and not material principles in this life. And Devahuti also says, whoever is in low born, doesn't matter. You can chant holy name, you are far more advanced. And Haridas Thakur was also in law born, but was accepted as Namacharya by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it means in his previous life, he must have surpassed all ritualistic methods of the Vedas. So yogi attains perfection after many births of practice. Okay, so it is said, Prayatnat yatamanas yogi samshuddha kilbishaha anega janma samsiddhas tato yati param gati anega janma. And when the yogi engaged himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed of all contamination, and ultimately achieving perfection after many, many births of practice, he attains the supreme. So what happens is, some are born in righteous family, second family, and because favorable condition. Some, there is sincere endeavor, and after that, with determination, and there is completely pure, he becomes. Okay, thus he completely cleanses of all material contamination and become free from material contamination, goes to Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada, Krishna says in the last sloka of this chapter, very, very important sloka, nice purpose Prabhupada has given. He says, Yoginam abhi sarvesham adgadenandaratmanam shraddhavan bhajate yomam tame yukta same yukta tamo mataha. Right? Well, this one. So, bhajatam. Okay, yoginam abhi sarvesham. Out of all the yogis, Shraddhavan Bhajade, who is the highest? Bhajade, who do devotional service to Krishna. And of all the yogis, the one with great faith, who always bides in me, think of me within himself and render transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is highest of all. That is my opinion. This is Krishna's opinion. Okay, you can try with Ashtanga Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, all that. But that is Klesho Adhikataras Desham. It's very difficult. Krishna himself says, Bhajana is the best, or Yoginam abhi sarvesham, the best is doing Bhakti Yoga. Then when Krishna says that, why do you go to other processes? This is called Shabda Brahman. So there is a father and 2 kids. The father said to the first kid, there is fire in the kitchen. Don't put your hand there. It will burn. The first one understood, so intelligent, understood that, oh, father is correct. He is more experienced than me. He's advising me, always good for me. So he is right. Might be, I don't know what fire is, but he's saying that don't touch that fire, it will burn you. The second one is little stupid, want to experience herself or himself. Just go and touch the fire, gets burned. Okay. So first is Shabda Brahman, Shabda Praman. Like just by hearing, you understand. Okay. Pratyaksha Pramans. So someone thing is Anuman. Anuman means start interpreting, mental concoction. Oh, really? Will that fire really burn me? Or something like that. So if we are really intelligent, just by hearing Shabda Praman, Vedas are Shabda. We can't prove you that Krishna is Supreme Personality, because this is the Vedas are Shabda. It is the sound vibration from the Lord. So you have to accept it. Accept it. You can't, like, how do you accept your father? Because the mother said, this is your father, and we accept it. Do we do some experiment on that? We are stupid because we have to trust our mother, because mother knows 100% who's the father. So similarly, the guru knows who's God. So why do you doubt? Really? This guru says he is God, Krishna is God. Today morning in Bhagavatam class, Prabhu was saying, Mr. Prabhu, that Prabhupada's disciple, Gargamuni, he went abroad to preach and he said, Prabhupada is God, Prabhupada is God, Prabhupada is God. So Prabhupada was so angry and Prabhupada chastised him in a letter saying that you are Mayavadi sannyasi. You're saying your guru is God. How can a guru be God? Guru is God's representative. Guru is a servant God. God is God. Only Krishna can be God. Because Prabhupada is like, today he's saying I am God. Tomorrow he'll say he is God. So Prabhupada was so angry on that disciple. In the sense, he didn't chastise, but he advised him in a nice way with compassion that you should not say that. So here it is said, so we should be intelligent to understand that Krishna himself says, this is my opinion. So Krishna's opinion is the devotee is the best yogi, bhajating. The root bhaja means service, the word worship. Okay, same thing. Worship means to adore or to show respect and honor to the worthy one. But service means with love and faith, especially when for Krishna. So one can avoid worshipping a respectful manner demigod and will be called discourteous, but one cannot avoid serving Krishna. Anyone who does not render service and neglects his duty unto Krishna, who is the source of all living entities, will certainly fall down from his constitutional position. So highest yogi means a Krishna conscious devotee who meditates Krishna in his Shyam Sundar form, not on a 400 form or a universal form, in a Shyam Sundar, which is beautifully colored as a cloud, a bluish black cloud. Lotus-like face as effulgent as the sun, who dresses in brilliant with jewels and whose body is flower garlanded and illuminating on all sides in his gorgeous luster. So, yasya deve para bhaktir yada deve tadavu. Only those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all imports of Vedic knowledge is automatically revealed to you. So, we have to practice devotional service. Okay, that's the only thing Krishna says. So in yoga ladder, first you have Nishkama Karma Yoga. You do Karma Yoga without fruitive activity. Then you do Nishkama Karma Yoga with knowledge and renunciation, becomes Jnana Yoga. Then you do meditation, is Ashtanga Yoga. With meditation, you practice Krishna conscious activities. Devotional service is Bhakti Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga means, not specifically here, it means it means following the rules and regulations. So we'll see what is the difference between other yoga system and Bhakti Yoga. In Bhakti Yoga, the goal of yoga is Bhakti. That is, therefore, yoga actually means Bhakti Yoga. And these are all different steps on the ladder, which is progressing towards the destination of Bhakti Yoga. And Bhakti Yoga is selfless. But in Ashtanga Yoga, there's selfish interest. You want that, you want this. No? So Bhakti Yoga is free from all material desires. That is the ultimate stage, Uttama Adhikari. And it's guaranteed success. The other one is, it might fail to achieve. In life, you can't go to Samadhi. And Bhakti Yoga definitely make progress because means and end are the same. When Ashtanga Yoga comes to the point of realizing Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead, that is Bhakti Yoga. So Krishna consciousness is the highest rung of yoga. That is Mount Everest is the highest peak of Himalayas. Okay, we'll skip the breakout room and we'll just go to chapter 7. I just want to start it. The starting. And then we'll discuss that questions which you had. So now from chapter 7, what is the middle 6 chapters talking about in Bhagavad Gita? 7 to 12.
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga. So till now we were doing Karma Yoga. Now we are going to do Bhakti Yoga. So it says the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the living entity has been described as a spirit soul and for self-realization practicing different yoga, right? And in the Krishna ends, what is the connecting link between chapter 6 and 7? In 6, the last sloka, Krishna says, out of all the yogi, Bhakti Yogi is the best. Now from 7th sloka, Bhakti Yoga starts. This is how he links. So Krishna explains the process of Bhakti Yoga in 7 to 12. Earlier, Krishna spoke of attaining liberation with work without detachment, with detachment, and now he'll speak about devotion in action. So first 3 slokas in the 7th chapter is about to hear about Krishna. Knowing Krishna by hearing about him. Shri Bhagavan Vaja, Mai Asakta Manapartha, Yogamam Janmada Shreyaha, Asamshayam Samagramam, Yatatnyasya Sita Shruno. The Supreme Personality Godhead said, now hear, O son of Pritha. How? By practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from time. So hearing is very important in Krishna conscious life. No, it says in Krishna consciousness, sometimes we ask, okay, how long you've been in Krishna consciousness? How long you've been in the moment? So they tell 10 years, 15 years, whatever it is. Is that seniority? That's not seniority. How many years you are in Krishna consciousness doesn't matter. Or your age also doesn't matter. What real realization you have, that's what matters. Or how much you have given your years to Krishna. That makes you senior, not years. Not by just months and weeks and years. No. It's actually how much years, EAR, years you have given to Krishna makes you a senior. In the sense we have to hear. In Krishna, the devotional service starts with Shravanam, right? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. First we have to hear. Unless we hear, how will we do practice? So Krishna is saying that you have to hear about Krishna. And from whom? From Krishna or his representative. So Krishna requests Arjuna to hear both this material and spiritual energy. Krishna declares that the transcendentalist who succeeded in truly knowing him is the most rare. So it's a rare understanding of Krishna and his energies obtained through proper hearing. And to truly know things require more than an essential data and awareness of its relation to the absolute Sri Krishna. Therefore, one can know everything phenomenal simply by hearing about Krishna. So hearing it also says to always think about Krishna in devotion. One must hear about Krishna and his supreme position. Now, how to know Krishna? Hear from him, Shrunu. And practice Bhakti Yoga, mind, Mai Asakta Manapartha. Your mind should be attached to Krishna in full consciousness of him. So in full means to know the absolute truth, living entity, material nature, the manifestation of paraphernalia without doubt. Reforms firm faith that Krishna is ultimate knowledge and realization. So to always think about Krishna in devotion, one must hear about Krishna from Krishna or his supreme position, about his supreme position. So Krishna conscious process reveals full knowledge because mind is fully attached to Krishna, and ninefold of process of Bhakti, right, from Shravanam should be done. And whom to hear from? Only from Krishna or his pure devotees, not from non-devotee. What happens when we hear from a non-devotee? Can I have raised hands? Yes, Abhik Prabhu.
It is compared to touching of milk by a serpent.
Very good.
Milk is very nutritious for health, but if we drink it, it is nutritious. But if it's touched by a serpent, it can be poisonous. So that is it. If we hear from non-devotees, it is like touching of milk by a serpent.
Yeah. So as Prabhu mentioned, yes, when the poisonous snake touches the milk, the whole milk gets spoiled. Avaishnavamo gadiyadam bhutam harikathamitram vritam shravanam naiva kartarvyam sarpo tishtayatapaya. We should not hear from an Avaishnava or a non-devotee. It's like a milk touched with the poisonous teeth of a snake. The whole milk gets poisoned. We should not hear it. Mayavadi Bhasha Shunilya Hoya Sarvanash. Yeah, Deepti Mataji, yes. Mayavadi Bhasha Shunilya Hoya Sarvanash. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. If you hear from a Mayavadi, what happens? Sarvanash. Everything gets destroyed. So we should not hear from a Mayavadi. We should hear only from a devotee. Only from a bona fide spiritual master or somebody coming in the disciplic succession. Okay, that's very important. And so this slokas from Bhagavatam is quoted in the 7.1 sloka. Prabhupada quotes this because it's very important to hear about Krishna. Shrinvata Sukata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridendasta Vatrani Vidirodi Surilsutam. Shrinvata Sukara. When you start hearing about Krishna, what happens is it's Punya Shravana Kirtana. Krishna is glorified with best verses. What is another name of Krishna for that? Because he's glorified by the best verses. Like you glorify Krishna with the best verse. Any verse, you glorify him with the best verse. So he's called as Uttama Shloka. Yes. Uttama Shloka. Uttama means best. Shloka means verse. So Krishna is called Uttama Shloka. So Punya Shravana, he is also known as Punya Shravana in the sense Krishna's holy name is so pure. It will take away all the material desires or wash away all the unwanted things from your heart. Nashtapraya Shabidrish Nityam Bhagavad Seveya Bhagavadi Ruttama Sloge Bhakti Bhavadi Neshti. So if you do Nityam Bhagavata Seva every day, Prabhupada was saying that you heard about Bhagavad Saptah. It happens for how many days?
7
Bhagavad-
days.
7 days. Why? Why 7, not 6 or 8? You know, any reason for that?
Mataji, because Parikshit Maharaj heard Bhagavatam for 7 days, so
Yeah.
Sapta also happens only for 7 days.
Yeah, because he was cursed by Shringi that he's going to live for 7 days. So because of that, all I have. Now, nowhere in the Shastra it is mentioned that Bhagavata Saptah can have for 7 days. Prabhupada says that. No, you can't see any references. You can't say that, okay, Bhagavad Saptah, Bhagavad Katha can happen only for 7 days. No, it can happen every day. Nityam Bhagavata Seva, and it should happen every day. Just imagine for 7 days you go, what will you understand? Nothing. We can't understand anything. Might be 1 or 2 pastors. We can't understand anything because Bhagavatam has to be read every day or heard every day. Nityam. I know some of the devotees from this class attend Bhagavatam class. That's good actually. It's always good for Bhakti Shastri students to attend Bhagavatam class. Why? Because you will be constantly in touch with the scriptures, and Bhagavad Gita is undergraduate study. Bhagavatam is postgraduate study. So you get to know many things from Srimad Bhagavatam. So please try to attend the morning 8 a.m. Bhagavatam class or try to hear the recording, because every day make it a habit. You might be working in the kitchen, you might be doing some other things, but let's keep hearing. That's okay. You can do your daily things, but you might be traveling for work, something, but keep hearing. Make it a habit of daily having some session. We are meeting only once a week. That's not enough. Daily, Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. You have a small rose plant, okay, very nice. And it's just growing and budding. It's just budding. It's going to be a nice flower soon. You went and pour a bucket of water for it. Okay. And for next 10 days, you don't water the plant. What will happen?
It will spoil, Mataji.
Yeah. It won't grow well, right? You pour a bucket of water, it's not healthy for the plant, and you don't water it for next 10 days, it's going to dry, it's not going to blossom. But daily you put half a cup of water, daily, it's consistent. Daily you take care of it and put water. Then definitely it will blossom. So similarly, one day you go read one chapter from Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. Once in a week, you come for Monday for Bhakti Shastri class and read so many slokas and understand. The next 1 week, you don't hear anything. Your Bhaktilata Beej will dry off. It won't grow. So if the Bhaktilata Beej means the Bhakti is compared to a tender creeper by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's correct because it's very tender. It needs a lot of care and nourishment. Otherwise, it's going to dry off. In Bhakti, there is no stagnant stage. Don't say anyone, oh, I'm stuck in Bhakti, I'm stuck in this stage. No. Either you advance or you go down. If you're not advancing, we are actually going down. There is no stagnant stage in Bhakti. So if we have to advance, then daily, consistently, we have to hear about Krishna. So hearing has to be done every day. Okay. Then, evam prasanna manasa, we'll feel really happy. Start doing it every day. Start hearing about Krishna, chant the holy name. So today in the class, Prabhu was saying, chanting is not just for kirtanam, it's to hear. Chanting is actually to hear the Krishna name. When you chant, Hare, Krishna and Rama should be heard. Sincere attempt has to be made to hear the Nama. Then the Bhaktilata Beej will grow. Otherwise, it will take a lot of janmas to reach that stage. So steps for advancement is given in Srimad Bhagavatam is hearing about Krishna from Krishna or from his representative. So from Krishna means Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Krishna, right? Sri Bhagavan Vacha. And by such hearing, Krishna in the heart act as a best well-wishing friend. Krishna purify the devotee who is constantly engaged. And natural development of dormant transcendental knowledge happens. By more hearing, one becomes fixed in devotional service. Fixed means you don't come down. In the sense, somebody comes and tell you, I'll give you 1 crore rupees, stop chanting Hare Krishna. Initial stage, when we were just few years back, then we would have accepted that challenge. But now, no. You do whatever you want. I am going to continue my devotional life. That's called fixed, nishta. That takes time. But then once you reach that stage, then no more coming down. By more hearing, you become fixed in devotional service. And freedom from modes of passion and ignorance and material lust and avarice are diminished, and one becomes steady in pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva. One becomes enlivened by devotional service and understand the science of God perfectly, and the hard knot of material affection is severed. One comes to the stage of asamshayam samagram, that is complete understanding of Krishna. Then Krishna will reveal that knowledge to you, right? Jnanam te aham sa vijnanam itam vakshyame sheshataha yajnatva neha vidyor anyat jnatvavyam avashishyate. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous, this being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. Krishna is like, if you know this, you don't have to know anything else. Everything is included in this. So Krishna is the source of both spiritual and material things, right? Jnana means phenomenal knowledge, and Vijnanam is numinous knowledge. So one is knowledge, wisdom, one is realization. So its complete knowledge is to know matter and spirit. And because Arjuna is Krishna's devotee and a friend, that's why Arjuna is eligible to receive this knowledge. Bhaktosi Sakhache. Prabhupada writes in the purport. The complete knowledge can be achieved only by the devotee of the Lord in disciplic succession directly from the Lord. When the cause of all cause becomes known, then everything knowable becomes known and nothing remains unknown. So Prabhupada writes in the purport. Okay, we'll come to this. So Krishna, we'll just stop with this. Okay, the third sloka. Let's stop with third. The very, very, very important sloka. Manushyanam sahasreshu kashchit yatri siddhaye yetada abhisiddhanam kashchit mam vettatvada. Krishna says, out of thousands of men who's endeavoring to know Krishna to reach perfection, those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Manushyanam sahasreshu, of the thousands. Why? Why do they fall down? What's the main reason they fall down? 1,000 may endeavor, 1,000 may register for the level 1 course, but how many are staying till level 5? Why? Why it's happening? Yes, Avik.
Hare Krishna Mataji. They don't have.
No, let me take from Avik Prabhu. He raised his hand. Yes.
Krishna Mataji. It is due to envy from Krishna, and we want to enjoy alone, separately from Krishna. So we are entrapped by Maya.
Okay. Is Rajalakshmi Madhasi? Yes,
they don't have true gurus.
So main reason is they have bogus guru. Okay, they don't have consistency or dedication in spiritual life, and there is a free will which cannot be they misuse the free will and mode of ignorance acting on them. Yes, the main thing is they have a bogus guru. They don't have a real guru. If they had a real guru, then they will progress in spiritual life. They won't fall down. So out of 1,000 people who are endeavoring for devotional life, only some can know about Krishna in truth. Why? Because they fall down because of a bogus guru. The real knowledge is to know about matter and spirit. So here it is said that out of thousands, one may endeavor for perfection. And those who achieve perfection, only one can know Krishna in truth. So bhakti is easy as well as difficult. Bhakti is easy because it requires no material qualification. In another sense, bhakti is very difficult. To attain perfection, to do pure bhakti is difficult. Jnana Mishrita Bhakti, Karma Mishrita Bhakti we can do. But to do, when we came to ISKCON, what did we say to you? No rules and regulations in chanting. You chant however you want. Then as you progress, level 2, level 3, level 5, then what did we say? The 4 regulative principles. You're like, what is this? Initially, you told us anything you can have or anything, eat anything and then chant. Then because the process had to work, then when the chanting happens, slowly purification will come. Then slowly we'll tell you one by one. Okay, leave non-veg, don't take onion, garlic, don't take tea, coffee, and slowly, because the process is working. Initially, just imagine you all came for level 1 course, and the first day I come and tell you that you should not eat non-veg and no onion, garlic, tea, coffee. All of you will leave and go, right? You don't stay. Nobody stays because of all these rules and regulations. But the process started working on you. You slowly started chanting Hare Krishna. The process works. Then what happens? Then whatever rules and regulations I say, you follow. Why? Because the purification have started. So bhakti is difficult in the sense, now it's difficult. Initially it was easy for us. Easy. Anybody can perform. But as you come closer, you understand there's so many things. There is Shuddha, there's Nama Para, Nama Apas, right? So it's difficult to do Shuddha. And in various grades of men, generally mankind is engaged in animal propensity, eating, mating, sleeping, defending. Hardly anyone is interested in transcendental knowledge. So chapter 1 to 6 is mainly for them who are interested in transcendental knowledge for understanding self and super self. Now this 6 chapters is especially for devotees. Srila Prabhupada quotes Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya also says, right? So Krishna is the cause of all cause, Sarva Karana Karana. And non-devotees, they say, sometimes it say Bhakti is easy, but why is non-devotees, they are not able to practice? Why everyone cannot practice this path? Okay, why they choose difficult path? Because of that free will, they misuse the free will. So-called unauthorized path is easy, but speculative scholars and philosophers fall away if they try to find the factual path. Devotional service without Vedic authorization is disturbance to the society. Said Shruti Smriti Purana Di Pancharatri Viti Mina Ekandiki Hari Bhakti Utpar Deva Kalpate. If you don't follow Shruti Smriti Puranas and you do Bhakti alone, you become disturbance to the society. You should have a guru and you should follow the process. So who can know Krishna? Your devotees by devotional service. Can they know Krishna fully? Only a portion of Krishna's inconceivable transcendental qualities can be known. Atha Shri Krishna Nama Dinama Vedrahim Indriyai Seven Mukhe Chitpado Swayameva Spuratyada. No one can understand Krishna with our material blunt senses. Krishna reveals when you start devotional service with your tongue by chanting the holy name. So Manityanam Sahasresham. Also, there's another sloka related to it. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Right? After so many janmas, you will come to know Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God. Okay? So the impersonalists, the Paramatma realized yogis and the God worshippers, they fail to understand Krishna as the son of Yashoda. Thus, Prabhupada highlights the potency of Bhakti. After many, many births, only you get Vasudeva realization. It's not easy. Okay? So we'll stop here, the first 3 slokas. The third sloka is a little important. You can read the purport, you will be able to understand. Okay? Now I know you'll be concentrating on the first 6 chapters because there is exam. So after 29th, you can start reading from chapter 7. And that should not stop you. There's a long gap, no? You get a lot of time. When we get a lot of time also, we don't study. We get less time also, we don't study. So it's okay. But now we have fixed it on 29th. Let's keep it like that. Okay. So today no breakout room because I had to do chapter 6 also. Mataji, can you post the attendance link so that devotees can mark it?